Are you able to listen me? If yes, please respond in chat. Hello. Am I audible? If yes, please respond in chat. Yeah, thanks, Vijay. Good evening. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. Maybe someone may join. Let's start our session now. Okay. Okay, let's start. Everyone able to see my screen, right? If yes, please respond. Are you able to see my screen? Sneha, Vijaya. Yes, right, Chinna Reddy. Yes, fine. Now we'll start our session today. With Esther, you all remember, right? Like before weekend, we went through till import statement. Okay, means where it came to the picture, you know, right? Means where we started this topic from this Java programming format. There is some type of format we have to use to define or to implement the code, right? So definitely this Java also follows some style, that is this style like documentation session, package statement, import statement, interface statement, class definition, and the main method. This is the whole structure of this Java program. In Friday session, we have discussed about the documentation section, package statement, import statement also. These three we all covered. Just a light review I'll give regarding this. Anyhow, we covered that last week. Documentation section means the comments we can give here, means the brief or complete overview of the class or method what we have written. We'll write that in the documentation section. We'll define that documentation section in the two formats, single slash and star. This is the one for multiple comments, and for single line comments we are using double slash. And for the commenting purpose, like the reviewer need to comment some data on our program, is then we have to use like this. Okay. And next, the package declaration. In order to use any class or we have to use any method of that class, we have to define all those classes and methods in a package. And The packages will be declared by using the package statement. Package and the package name. These two are the some examples for package declaration. Okay, and how we are going to use the classes and methods of this package by using the import statement. We have to use the import keyword and then the class name dot the method name. Class name dot method name. Here Java is a class. Util is the method of Java class. Scanner is the method of, or scan it not only the method, sorry, it's a class. This is the class of util. Scanner is present in this util class. Util is present in this Java class. This is the structure or hierarchy, how we are defining only dot, why is the dot here, the explanation for this. A star represents the complete or the whole classes of this util package. Okay. Now the next for statement what we have to discuss today is interface. Interface, it is an optional, means the word optional means it is not mandatory. Okay. Based on the user requirement, they will write this in interface statement or interface section. How we are going to create an interface and how we are going to implement the methods, everything we will discuss in this class. We use the interface keyword to create an interface. Earlier, to import the classes or methods, we are using import keyword. To define or declare any package, we are using the package keyword. The same way, to create any interface, we have to use the interface keyword. An interface is slightly different from the class. Normally, what is this interface? First of all, now I will explain you clearly why this concept interface came into the picture. Then we'll go into this, okay? Normally, are you able to see this doc? Word doc. Yes, yes, okay. Now there is class A. Okay. It is the class A. And there is one more class called B. Okay. Now there is one more class called C. Okay. Now A is having the method called M. Okay. A class is having the method M. And B class is also having the method called M. Normally inheritance means what? There is a dependency here, means the connection between the parent class and the child class. In introduction, I have explained you what is meant by inheritance. Means acquiring the parent class properties by the child class. Okay, means this A class property. What are the properties of class A is having now? M method. It is having the M method. Means this C class can use this M method because it is inherited from A. And C class also inherits from B. This is what is this structure, we call it as multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. Okay, this structure means one child class acquiring the properties of two parent classes. This is called multiple inheritance. Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. I given this point. in the Friday session, I think. No, in the demo session, Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. Why means, I'll explain you. See, C class extended from the A class and the B class. It is also having the same method. This is also having the same method. Then, which method will execute here? It is giving the ambiguity, right? The system means there is ambiguity here. Ambiguity means confusion. The terminology ambiguity we have to use when we answering in the interview. There is a definitely interviewer will ask this question. Does multiple inheritance support by Java? We have to say no. Multiple inheritance doesn't support by Java. And he will ask why. Why means as one child class acquires the properties of two base classes, it is having the ambiguity. The word ambiguity must we have to use to define this statement. Multiple inheritance not supported. Okay. Now here the M method is ambiguity for this C class. From which class I have to use this. So that is the reason why multiple inheritance is not supported by Java. Okay. To overcome this means to definitely there need to be some overcome because this is the advanced technology. To overcome this technology or to overcome this drawback, interface came into the picture. Why interface concept came into the picture, to overcome the multiple inheritance concept in Java, interface concept came into the picture. Okay, you all must and should remember this point. Okay, it is definitely every interviewer will ask this question for any fresher or experience. Though he is of 10 years of Java experience also, he'll ask this question. Why multiple inheritance doesn't support in Java and how it overcome? This is the question. Okay, multiple inheritance doesn't support because of the ambiguity and it overcome by the interface concept. Now you all clear, right? What is this interface means? How it came into the picture? Yes. Everyone clear? Just please respond. If someone is not understood, let me know here only so that I can explain again with some more examples so that you should definitely give an answer to this question if anyone will ask you. Okay. Thank you, Vijay. Now, I'll explain you how we are creating these interfaces by using the keyword called interface. An interface is slightly different from class. Means the usage of class and the interface is the definition and the writing of that. Everything is a bit different. It is not like completely but different. It contains only constants and method declaration. You need to remember this point for what is meant by interface. We know why interface came into the picture to overcome which concept. Now we have to know what is this interface, what it contains actually. It contains only constants. Constants means the value which we cannot change. And method declaration. Declaration means, see, I'll explain you here. Wait, I'll take method declaration means this. You need to have more idea on this also. Method declaration. What interface contains? Interface contains only constants. Constants means we cannot change the value of the constant. Declaration means we are having a method, for example, void method int a comma int b. This is the declaration of the method. Means there won't be having any implementation. We can say this is also the signature. So the implementation of this doesn't have in the interfaces. Okay. And we are defining abstract in the interfaces. Another difference is it cannot be instantiated. Instantiated means like we cannot having the abbreviation in detail explanation further. We can use interface in classes by using the implements keyword. Means, for example, I wanted to use this. Wait, I'll explain you. This class demo. There is one interface here. Interface Java demo. Okay. And I want to use this. There is not only this, a single statement is creating the interface. Just I'm giving a simple example. If you want, I will take this so that you can have a more idea. Okay. Now here we are having an interface called car, and this is one class. And I want to use this start and stop method in my class. Okay, then how I can use this interface? By using the keyword called implements. Implements car. By using the keyword called implements, we are going to use this interface in our classes. Okay. This is the way how we are going to define the methods of an interface. This is called the declaration. Means there won't be have any implementation of these methods. How we have to implement means here in our user defined or the customized class, we have to use those methods, and based on our requirement, we have to implement that. Okay. And also an interface can be used for with other interfaces by using the extends keyword. This extends keyword will also come into the picture of inheritance. The same way, for example, this is one more interface. I want to use this car interface into my demo interface. Then I should not use this implements. I have to use which word here? Extends. Interface means extends we have to use. Class with interface means we have to use the implements. Class with, I'll write one more here. Class demo. Class demo means when we are taking the, or when we want to use any sharing other window, I can see only PPT. Oh. Oh, 1 second. I don't know what happened. No, are you able to see? With last point clear. Last point means, yeah, this is the interface and the, yes, okay. Interface and the extends one. I need to repeat. Vijaya, should I need to report this interface and the extend one? Or like which point? Okay. Yes, okay, fine. Now I'll explain you that same. if we are going to use the methods of an interface in a class, then we have to use the keyword called implements. If we want to use this interface in another interface, like this demo one, then we have to use the keyword called extends. This is the main differences between the extends and implements keyword. In real time, we need to be more familiar with these words, because everywhere we'll use this, in every Java project, any type of Java project we are using in healthcare, banking, anyone. Because mostly most of the files will be in the predefined one, right? So we have to use those predefined classes and everything in our customized classes. So we need to be more familiar if you are using the interface or class. If your class means you have to use the implement. If you are go with the another interface means, then you have to use the extends keyword. Okay, just remember this point: implements and extends keyword. Very, though these are simple words, it has the more impact. Okay, to use the methods. Now, I'll stop share and reshare. I think maybe that time. Okay. Now you are able to know, right, what is meant by interface, how we are going to define that, and how we are going to use that, and what interface may contains, and how we have to declare the methods into that. Okay. Now, next session is class definition. Means this is the major part where we are going to define any Java class. After this interface section, we are going to start our class. Means what is the functionality of the code will start from this class session. It is a vital part. Vital means the major part or the main role, we can say. Without the class, we cannot create any Java program. If we are not defining any class though we are having the import, package, interface statement, anything, without having this class, the nothing use we can have with this. Okay, so it is the vital part of a Java program. We cannot create any Java program. A Java program may contain more than one class definition. We can say, like normally in the simple applications, like in day-to-day activities, like while going the practice of this engineering and everything, will have this only one Java classes, or we'll have the examples of more Java classes also. We can have more than one classes definition in a Java program. Okay, and how we are going to define the class? By using this class keyword. Okay, we have to use the keyword class called class to define any Java class. The class is a blueprint of a Java program. Blueprint means it is like a complete overview or the picture, we can say. Normally, when we develop when we want, suppose I want to build any home for my purpose, then initially directly I can't go and start, or the contractor go and start directly, right? Definitely he need to have some blueprint. He'll go to the civil engineer and he'll take the blueprint based on the dimensions what they are having on the open plot. Blueprint means it will give the overview. It will give the one structure, like we'll have, when come to this home, yeah, in this square feet, will get 2 bedrooms, 1 kitchen and 1 hall, this direction, like that. The same way, the class means it will give the one complete picture or overview of the Java program, what it contains, what is the functionality of this Java class. That is the major word. Like the class is a blueprint of Java program. It contains the information about user defined methods, variables and constants, everything. Means what the Java class will have? It will have the user defined methods, variables and constants. Okay, every Java program has at least one class that contains the main method. I told you right earlier, we can have more than one class. We can have more than one class, but definitely a Java program should have at least one class with one main method. Without that, there is no sense of Java program. Okay. For example, class and student. This is a one small example how we are going to define any class. Okay, class and class name. Student here is the class name. This is called class definition. Okay, everyone clear what is meant by class and everything? Now, yes, thank you, Sneha. Now we'll go to the concept of class variables and constants. Class definition. Okay. Class variables and constants. What the word here? Class variables and constants means the variables and constants what we are using in the class. How we are going to declare any variable and any constant that we are discussing in this now. In this session, we'll define variables and constants that are to be used later in any Java program. In a Java program, variables and constants are defined just after the class. Means here I am defining a class called student. And I am defining a method here. Int marks int m something. Okay. Now this class is having the one method. Okay. Like, can I define any variables here? Like after the method declaration, we can define, I can say. But if I want to use this in this method means it is not possible, right? So the method, the structure, what this Java is following is, first we have to define the variables and constants before this methods, means the initial, means the starting. When first after the class definition, we have to define or declare any variables and constants. Like this is the example, class student, this is the definition part, and then immediately after that, we are going to define this Java variables, we can say, like this is a string and the variable name. This means this is a data type. String means here. Normally, what the structure here is data type and the variable name. Okay, this is the syntax. I can say this is the syntax. Syntax of any variable declaration is data type and then the variable name. This is the same way, like we are after the class definition, we are defining the two variables. This is the one string data type and int data type and a double data type. This is the way how we are going to define any variables in any Java program. And you may also have a question here. Then how we are going to define the constants? Constants means it is the static. It is the, what's the meaning of this constant means we cannot change the value. How we are going to define the constants in Java program is by using a word called static. I already discussed you what is meant by static. Once it is static, then we cannot change the value. So by defining the keyword called static and the data type and the variable name, like marks, I can say it should be small. Actually, and in Java, keywords should start with small letter. You need to remember this, okay? But mistakenly it is coming the caps. How we are going to define any constant variable is by using the keyword called static and It is just the declaration. There is no value. Then how we can say that this is we cannot change the value? Definitely this is wrong. We need to give some value here. Okay. And also we need to keep it as final. Then only it will become constant here. Just only by giving the static, we cannot make it as, we cannot change the value. It is wrong. We need to make it as final. Then the everywhere where we are using this variable name called marks, it will be the value will be the just 55. Further, if I want to change this in some method, XYZ method, some, for example, some XYZ method is there here. And I am using this variable, like I want to change it, marks is equal to 100. But it will give me error here because we have defined this marks variable as final. We cannot change the value. Okay. This is the way how we are going to declare the constants and variables and where is the position and where we have to declare this. Okay. Now, main method. The next structure of the program includes the final, the main method. It is essential for all Java programs. I already told you, right? Without main method, the Java program doesn't execute. So it is mandatory. I already told in this previous slide, you told that the class is mandatory. Now you are telling main is mandatory. Yes, these both are mandatory. Without this, we cannot have execute the Java program. Okay, because I told that execution starts from main method. It is, you can the other terminology we can say in normal words is like it is the main entry of the class. Like in our houses, the main door will be there, right, to enter into the home. Like the same way, how the Java program will start or the entry point for the JVM is the main method. It must be inside the class. The main method should be inside the class. We cannot write the main method outside the class. Okay. Inside the main method, we create objects and call the methods. Objects, methods means every class will have variables, methods, and everything, right? In order to use those methods, we have to create some objects and we have to call the methods of this class by using these objects. Okay, like here, public static void main. This is the main method declaration. This is not like without class, we cannot declare any class. This is just a definition for main. Okay, for example, this is student class and we are going to write the main method into this class. This is the way how we are going to write any class in any Java program. Class with the main method. Okay, this is the structure. After this only, we have to write our code. Okay. Now the methods and behaviors. I told you, right? Every class will have some methods. Like we'll explain now what are these methods and how it will behave. Means behave means like not like how it will react like that, but there will be some functionality. Why we have written this method? What is the use of that? How we have to call those methods? What it will give output? These are all we'll explain. Okay. Functionality of the program by using this method. We define the functionality of the program. Means, for example, I'm Syed Kausar Jahan. What is my functionality? I am the trainer. I am the software engineer. Like it defines, like I am doing some action. Like I'll do the training. I'll give trainings to the students. I'll do the job. Like this is my functionality. For example, if you what is the functionality of a ball? If we throw on the floor, it will react to us. Like it will pop up with the same force what we have given. Like the functionality of the ball is to pop up. Like the same way, the methods in this Java program use the functionality of the program. Means what is the usage of this Java program will be easily known by these methods. The methods or set of instructions that we want to perform. Instructions means a group or set of instructions. For example, I'll command to you, I can say, or I'll tell you, like you have to execute these two Fibonacci series and a prime number program to me today, and you need to give me the output. I'll give some timeline. You have to do that, and you have to. I'm giving some instructions to you, like you have to do like this, and you have to give me the output. I'm giving some instructions to you. The same way, the methods or the set of instructions that we want to perform. The JVM need to perform some action, some instructions, right? The instructions for the JVM will be given by these methods. Like if the method contains such type of instructions, then the JVM will execute those and give the output to the user, right? The methods will contain set of instructions that we want to perform. These instructions execute at the runtime. Runtime means Java virtual machine. These instructions will execute at runtime and perform the specified task. For example, demo is a class, and I define one method into that. This is main method, and display. This is one sample method. You can say here the functionality of this display method is just you want to display welcome to Java T point. Okay. Just here it want to display welcome to Logic Labs. Okay. The functionality of this method here is just to display the user welcome to Logic Lab statement. That's it. Okay. Here then what is the use of this Java program? Just to display this statement, right? Then see the statement, the meaning of this here is the functionality of the program. By using these methods, we define functionality. Then by using this method only, we came to know what is the functionality of this Java program. Just to display this line, welcome to Logic Lab. That is called methods and their behavior. What is the method behavior is to give the set of instructions that we want to perform and perform specific tasks. Okay. Next, Java statements. Statements means or roughly equivalent to sentence. Normally we'll have sentence rights in English. Ramu is a good boy. He got 550 marks in his SSC. Like we'll have some type of statements. We can say normally in English we'll say sentence. Like the same way we can say a roughly equivalent to natural language like sentence. In general, statements are like in English sentences that make valid sense. I told you right just now. Normally in English sentences will have some sense, right? The same way Java uses the Java statements to make some sense. What is statement in Java means? It is an executable instruction. Here the word executable instructions means there may be, I can write some X1, Z, X, Y, Z like that in any Java program. Will it run? No, it will give some error to the user, like you have written some wrong statement like that. So statement means it is an executable. It should be in the Java format. Then only it will execute. Statement means it is an executable instruction that tells the compiler what to perform. It tells the compiler that that action need to be performed by the statement. This is a brief definition for the statement. What is Java statement? Java statement means it is an executable instruction that tells the compiler what the action need to be taken, what to be performed. It forms a complete command to be executed and can include one or more expression. See here, this is somewhat complicated now. It performs a complete command and to be executed and can be include one or more expressions. What is this meaning means? It performs a complete command to be executed. Means it will give the compiler that this is the complete command what you have to execute, Mr. Compiler. You have to do this action in this. It will give the instruction to that compiler, and it also includes one or more expressions. Statement expressions. See the differences here. In a statement, we can have a group of expressions. Means we can have one or more expressions in a statement. Those are all will be executed in a single statement. Means, or we can say a complete command will be executed. It will be given to the compiler. Normally, what is Java statement means? It is executable instructions that tells the compiler what to be performed. This is a simple one-line definition. Okay. Now, how many types of statements are there in Java? There are 3 types of statements in the Java: expression statements, declaration statements, control statements. You need to become more and more familiar with this, because in every Java program, I am always saying that you need to more familiar, you need to focus on this, right? Why? Because it is like everything is dependent. Earlier I told that class is important. Yes, class. After that, main method. Because after writing the class, you have to write the main. After main, variables. After that, method. What we have to write in method? We have to write some code, right? Means I told functionality. What is the functionality? How we will write? Means now the functionality will be written by using this statement. Means the next level of hierarchy is after executing the method. Inside the method, what it will execute? Statements it will execute. Statements will contain these types of statements. So everything is dependent. So everything is important. What I am saying, you need to be, but I am saying you in a very simply manner so that you can remember that I am saying only one line brief. I'm explaining the concept, but I am giving the one line definition so that you can interview well and also you can remember also well. Okay, just remember these points. Java statements can be broadly classified into 3 categories: expression statements, declaration, and the control statements. Now we'll start one by one. Expression statements. Expression means what? We are going to express something. Means it is because normally in English sentence. Expression is an essential building block of any Java program. Means it is the main building, like it will form the Java program. Normally, it is used to generate a new value to the statement. Means it will give the new value. Sometimes you can also assign a value to into a variable. In Java, expression is a combination of values, variables, operators, and method calls. See, what are all these statements will contain? It will contain the values. Values means if I define some variable int a means there is no value of a. We need to give some value to that. Int a is equal to 10. Means here if I have given int a is equal to 10, int a is equal to 10. Here now it is the sense, it makes a sense. Means a is having some value called 10. If I wrote int a, then what is the use of declaring this? And what the value will contain in this a? The value contains in this a is a garbage value. Garbage value means some XYZ system defined value will be there. If it should make some sense, and if you want to use this, then we have to give some value to this. Means what are all the statements will, any Java statements will have values, variables. I told you right here, a is a variable, and operators. And if you want to do some operation on this, like int b is equal to 5, then int c is equal to a plus b. Here a plus b, c will have the value of 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. Here the operator plus is used, means this is also a statement. This is completely statement, right? The statements will contain variables, values, and operators, and also method calls. In some scenarios, we are having the objects. Object dot methods of those classes will also be called. In next concepts, we'll have more idea on this, means what is this OBG and what is this method. Means, for example, I told you, right? Here, I'll explain you now only here only. Wait. This is one class student. This is one class called college. And here main method is there. Public static void main string aux. Okay. Now I want to use this method called marks. Can I use the class student into this? I need for that first I need to be here. If I want to use this student class method, I need to be extend that class, and also how to use that method of student class marks is by creating an object for that. Okay, how we are going to create object for this is student S is equal to new student. This is the way how we are going to create an object. Okay, how we are going to create an object means class name and the object name is equal to new operator. New means where it will going to create the object now, and the class name. This is the class name and the open parenthesis. This is also, I told you, right? Constructors doesn't support by Java, but indirectly it will support. This is the way, like it will call the constructor here, default constructor. Default constructor means without having the parameters. Okay, that I'll explain you in later. When it comes to the constructor concept, I will explain you in detail about this. Okay, and here object creation. Now, if I want to use that marks method, s dot marks of, here I'll take one in the m is equal to some 41. Now I'm going to call this marks method of the student class by the object. So first we have to create an object, and then by using this object, we can call the methods. Okay, because why I have given here m means here this marks method contains one variable. It's the parameter it is accepting is one parameter, one int m. One variable it is accepting. So I have created one local variable and I have passed to this. Then it will take the input of that and execute that. Okay. Like the method calls here. This is also a statement. This is called the method calling. We are calling the method of this class, right? This is make a sense, right? It will also executable statement. This also including the statements. Whatever the combinations we are having in any expression statement or any statement, values, variables, operators, and method calls. Okay. Now, there are three types of expressions in Java. Expressions that produce a value, expressions that assign a value, expressions that neither produces any result nor assigns any value. Okay, remember this. Which expression that produce a value means it will give some value. Some statement will give some value. Some statement that assign some value. One is giving, one is assigning. Means you can, otherwise you can take taking. Okay. One more, which doesn't do any action. Okay. Now here expressions are divided into three types. For example of this producing is value. Expression that produce a value. Example 6 plus 9. I have given an example already here, right? 6 plus 9 or a plus b. It is giving here the value of the into c is 10. It is producing the value. Here it is producing some value to the statement. Like any operation, I can say addition, module, pi, radius, anything. Note that expression enclosed in parentheses. This expression should be enclosed in parentheses, which will be evaluated first. After that, rest of the expression. I told you, right? Multiple combinations will be there. Here I can say, for example, 6 plus 9, okay, into 5, divide by 2. Here there are multiple operations. Then the statement which is we kept in parenthesis will execute first. 6 plus 9, 12. 6 plus 9, 14. 14 into 5. After that, it will divide. Because these two will having the same preferences. Multiplication and division will have the same preferences. Addition and subtraction will have the less preferences than this. But it will have the more preferences for this parenthesis. So it will be executed first. Okay. Expression that assign a value means it is giving some, assign a value means some value it is giving. For example, number is equal to 50. It will producing the value. It will give the, here we can, in this above example only, we can take two types of here. It is producing the value and it is assigning the value to the C. Here, this is one more variable C, and these two are some variables. Means it is producing some value and giving to this C. It is assigning also value, right? This is the same way. We can say some number is equal to a value or pi is equal to some value. We are defining, right? That is the way. And expression that neither produces any result nor assigns a value. For example, increment or decrement a value by using the increment or decrement operator. Respectively, method invocation. These expressions modify a value for a variable state memory of a program. The expression changes only the value of a variable sum. The variable doesn't change, so it also has side effects. Okay, I'll take here int count plus plus. Here this variable, what is this plus plus means? Automatically the compiler will perform the action here is count plus 1. What the internal functionality will happen by using this statement is count is equal to count plus 1. For example, if I give here count is equal to, initially I have given as 2. Now, if I execute this statement, then what internally it will do count is equal to 2 plus 1. Means the internally the value of this will be 3. So it is not giving any value or producing, just it is storing in their memory. It will execute and it will store. This is the meaning of this statement here. Neither produces any result nor assigns any value. Okay. This is the expression statement. These are classified into 3 types: producing, assigning, neither doing any action. Okay. These are the expression statements. Now declaration statements. Declaration, 5 more minutes are there. Okay, we'll cover up this declaration statement. In declaration statements, we'll declare variables and constants by specifying their data types and names. Okay, means we are declaring, the word itself here represent we are declaring something. Means declaration. Normally when we create our resume also, we'll have some last statement like I hereby declare. That means I am here specifying that we are doing some this type of action. Like the same way, we are declaring some data type and some constants or any variables by using their data types. If you want to define any variables and constant in any Java program, we have to use the data types. Okay, how we are going to declare? any variables and constants is by using the data type. The example, data type, and then the variable name. A variable holds a value that is going to use in a Java program. What this variable contains? It contains some value. Quantity means how many number of units are there. For example, I am having the 10 pencils. Means pencils means it is quantity of that pencil is 10. So the what the value it will store? 10. So it holds some value that we are going to use in a Java program. Okay, like int quantity. Int means it will stores the number. I'll explain you in later classes the every data type. But now I'm going to explain you a brief what is this int and boolean. Int means it will store the numerical value like 1, 2, 3, like that. Boolean means it will store the true or false. Either true or false, those type of values will be stored in this boolean. String means a group of character. Like here, Kausar, it is my name, right? It is like Kousar. These are a group of characters to form a one string. So such type of names and anything statements will be stored in this string data type. Also, we can initialize the value to a variables. In declaration statements, we are going to initialize the values. Like I told you, right? The quantity, for example, I told you 10 pencils or 20 pencils. The value will be stored in this variables. Flag means here it is Boolean type. So it will store only the true or false. And string data type means it will store the group of characters. Hello. It is a group of HELLO. It will store the group of characters value. Java also allows us to declare multiple variables in a single declaration statement. Okay, means here int quantity is there. And again, I want to declare here int pencil quantity. One more variable called here pencil quantity. That is some other quantity. I want to store here one more. Here both are int data type only, right? But again, I need to write in another statement. Why just instead of doing this, just I can write here in one single statement. Wait, I'll tell you how. Just by this int, one variable, comma, another variable, comma, some other variable, comma, some other variable, like, and so on. How many you want, we can create like this. Okay, we can also declare multiple variables in a single declaration statement. Okay, like int quantity, batch number, lot number, like that. Okay, and in for boolean or string, any data type. Okay, these are the declaration statement and control statement. They are having more here. I think in today's time we cannot cover this. In from tomorrow class I will explain you this. Okay, everyone clear? Any doubts? Please raise your hand or just let me know in the chat any single or simple query also. I'll explain you. Okay, please, any open questions? Is anyone willing to ask any question orally so that I can give access to their mute to unmute themselves? Please, if anyone want to speak out any question, if they don't want to give in chat, then please you can ask me orally. Just raise your hand if anyone wants to talk so that I can unmute them. Snehal or Vijaya, you want to speak? So far, good, Chinnareddy. Okay. No questions today. Okay. Okay. If anything is there, please let me know, because once if you raise the question only, then only you will be able to know that you are able to understand the subject. You are having good idea on this. Okay. More questions, more subject. No questions, just it is like the same again, like the college life. Going to the college, just we are having the attendance, just the Java period gone, Python period gone, everything will be just rush it up. Our mind will be somewhere and we will be sit one here. Just why I said you means. Okay, ma'am, can you explain abstraction one more time tomorrow? Definitely, Snehal, I'll explain that. I'll revise again and come back tomorrow, sure. Now, guys, we'll work on JDK 1.8 version. Yeah, I'll give the differences between the JDK 7 and JDK 8 version also, definitely. I'll explain the concepts of JDK 8. Thank you. Yeah, now it's good. Like someone as like one more topic like that. Because if you have more questions only, you'll get more doubts. If you have more doubts, then definitely the subject will be the strong. Okay, that's the reason why I'll ask every day. Just let me know any simple question also. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thanks a lot. Just remind me, Sneha, tomorrow I need to go back for this abstraction once while starting of the session, okay? Yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone. Bye. I'll be dropping the call, fine, right?